Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Are you enjoying the week? I just get excited to hear what Candace Cameron's sister, Bridgette Cameron Ridenour, has to say. This was recorded at our women's luncheon back in May, end of May, and she did an amazing job. It just seems like such a down-to-earth person. And she's telling her story of what it was like to be a part of the Hollywood scene. And of course, we enjoyed her brother and sister in various Christian shows, but also in Full House, it was Candace Cameron's, and Growing Pains was Kirk Cameron's initial series, actually. Well, today, Bridgette continues her story and kind of tells about her children. And the thing I really appreciated, she really sacrificed for her children, but just the same as all of us did. And it was the right thing, and God showed her that in so many ways. You will be blessed today, I guarantee it. So sit back and let your heart be touched this morning.
And after that day, I started to think about the promises in the Bible that God gives us. Life verses like Jeremiah 29:11, verses like Psalm 121, 7 through 8. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. And I started to look on my life differently through these verses and realizing all of the blessings that God did give me. My oldest son, Cameron, graduated a couple years ago. School was not for Cameron at the time. In middle school, Cameron had every excuse to not go to school. He didn't want to go to school. He didn't like school. And I told my husband we need to do something quickly or we're going to lose him. He is going to drop out of middle school. We need to change something. So he pulled him out of middle school, put him into a private Christian school. I got a second and third job, and my husband got a second job, and we sacrificed everything to get him, to watch him walk across that stage and graduate. And I'll never forget this day that he came down and hugged me. And he said, "Mom, thank you. Thank you for everything that you did and sacrificed to get me here." After high school, Cameron actually got recruited to a soccer academy in York, England. And so he studied sports science, sports medicine, and played soccer at the academy in York, England. And it was an amazing, amazing opportunity. And during that time, he and my two other kids just grew a bond together. Their bond was just amazing. And our daughter, Reese, wanted nothing more than Cameron to come home for Christmas. That was her wish. And so we were able to surprise Reese.
Honey, you tired?
Merry Christmas, Rosie.
The first gift of Christmas.
Such a sweet, sweet moment between the two of them. My daughter, Reese. When my husband and I were trying to get pregnant for the third time with Reese, my husband said, "Babe, wouldn't it be fun if you had twins?" And I was like, "Babe, do you remember how tall I am? Have you forgotten?" But twins run in my family. My dad was twins. so it wouldn't have been, you know, out of the ordinary. But he said, but more than anything, I just want to have one healthy child. So we found out that we were pregnant, and I had had Cameron in Everett, and I was at the grocery store, and I had come home and put the boys down for a nap, and I had was taking a nap myself. And during the nap, I kind of woke up, just kind of out of the blue. And when I woke up from my nap, I felt a gush. And I thought, oh, okay, I was 9 weeks at this time. I was 9 weeks pregnant. And instantly I knew something wasn't right. And I ran to the bathroom, and all I could do was just say, God, please, please no. And I went into the restroom, and sure enough, I was bleeding. And I had a miscarriage. And in that moment, when I was taking care of myself, I called my neighbor, told her what was happening, told her I needed to go to the hospital. She said she would be right over to watch the boys. And I called my mom, I called my husband, and my mom said, I'm on my way. And at that moment, I saw my baby in my hand. And at that time, God said, this is your daughter, and you need to say goodbye. So I had a beautiful moment saying goodbye to my child in my bathroom. And my mom called me back, and she said, Bridget, whatever you do, do not let them give you a DNC until you get to the hospital and they've done an ultrasound. I said, Mom, these doctors and nurses know what they're doing. She said, Bridget, I'm telling you, do not let them take you to the OR until they have done an ultrasound in your room. And I said, okay. So I get to the hospital, and all these nurses and doctors are running around, and they're preparing me to go into the OR. And I said, I'm not leaving until you give me an ultrasound. They said, we'll do it in the OR. I said, no, you will do it now, or you will do it in this room. You're not taking me there. And the doctor and the nurse walked out of the room, and now I became the problem patient in room 3. My husband came in through the door, and he came over to me. And I told them that they were going to do an ultrasound, and he laid his hands on my belly, and he prayed. And the nurse came in with the machine, and she gave me the ultrasound. And she looked at me, and she looked at the machine. She looked at me, she looked at the machine, and I said, what? I said, what? And she said, you're still pregnant. And I looked at her. I said, how dare you? How dare you tell me that? I said, I had a miscarriage at home. I said goodbye to my daughter. And she said, Bridget, you're still pregnant. And she turned the monitor, and there was a beautiful heartbeat. And at that time, my mom walked through the door, and we're all crying. And she starts crying. And she's like, honey, I'm so sorry. And I said, no, Mom, I'm still pregnant. She's like, what is going on? I said, I don't know. So I stayed the night. I went home the next day, and I went and got a second opinion, because I really didn't care for my doctor at this time. And I went to a specialist, and he looked at me and he said, you were carrying twins. And he showed me the monitor of a beautiful heartbeat and an empty sac. He said, you must have miscarried one of them at home. Well, I went on to have a full-term pregnancy, and my daughter Reese was born in 2006. She just turned 17.